Northern Lights anyway.
Okay, we're gonna start. Okay, let's start with Daryl. Oh, you know what? Before I start with you, remember you showed that picture from 395 last week?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
This one,
Yeah.
okay. I found my old one. It's very funny. I must have come after the other shack was down, and I was there in the early fall, so I'll show you mine then. So there's mine.
wow.
All that was left was this washing machine and some of this other stuff.
That looks great.
Thanks. Yeah, originally I shot in color, and then I changed it to sepia.
And the other building's been removed. I think Daryl said that.
Yeah, the other building, it came
I
down.
don't think it's been removed.
I think it just probably collapsed. Yeah, it probably just collapsed, but it's coincidentally, we found the same place in different years.
Amazing.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Okay, that must be Alan. All righty. All right. See if he's in there now. Yeah, he's coming in. Okay, good. There he is. How you doing, Alan?
Good. I guess I missed the 10:30 start.
Yeah, yeah, I figured. Yeah,
It's a little earlier.
5:30. Yep. Okay, no problem. Welcome.
Alan, where are you at?
I'm in Calgary.
Hey,
Yeah, you still getting smoke or not?
No, not today. Not it was a few days ago. It came in about 10 minutes. The smoke came in about 10 minutes, and then it was gone by the next morning. So,
Okay.
but it was pretty rapid, and it was, yeah, it's not nice.
what's burning up there?
Lots of forest fires.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
There's a really big one up north, apparently. So,
Oh boy.
All righty. Well, let's get started. Okay.
that's nice.
So just wanted your opinions. There's 3 images here that I took that are all half a second long
Mhm.
in order to blur the water.
Mhm.
And just wanted your opinion. That bird is not a great one. But the other two, the mockingbird, one, his tail was kind of invisible, and the other one, any opinions? Throw it away.
Well, let's go through them and we'll decide.
Is it interesting?
Yeah. All right. I like the color of this guy. You could probably
Mhm.
bring his eye up a little bit. Let's look at the next one.
Mhm.
That's a little better. What do you guys think?
Yeah, a little more interesting, the forms.
Yeah, yeah.
Be better if it's straightened up a wee bit as well, probably. So
Yeah, yeah. Balls a little.
just my eye goes right to these things. I don't know why. It just
This one I thought was very interesting because his eye is tack sharp, but his tail is
Yeah,
wobbling.
yeah.
So, I don't know. It's weird thing on there.
Looks like he's got like dragonfly wings back there. Yeah, let's look at this last one. So these are fairly
Ooh,
small.
And this one, I wanted opinion on how to crop it and then how to get his eye, the detail, because there is an eye in that black head of his.
Okay.
The Arctic tern. And
Let's take a look.
that's an amazing capture, Daryl.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like almost impossible to get that shot. Good going.
it's a pretty good sized bug. That's a nice meal for that little guy. Or gal. All righty. Let's I don't know if we have to unlock the background or not. I'm gonna try this generative fill expand and see if
On the wing, Sandy?
let's see if we can get the wing in there.
Mhm.
Let's see what happens if we do that. And I guess
Oh.
do a little bit over here. And Not quite sure how to do it. I haven't tried this yet.
I think you just select it and I think you have to select these white areas and then just go.
Yeah, that's the old way. There was a new way where I thought it just came up, but it doesn't seem to. Okay. So let's just do that and then we'll select these two areas. Let's do one side first and see so it doesn't get mixed up. There we go. Yeah, I thought I saw something somewhere where you could actually
Skip that.
just use the crop tool and tell it to expand the background, but I've not tried it yet. I'm sure it's in there somewhere.
I've only ever done it by expanding the.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, geez,
that.
Sandy. Come on, Sandy.
Yeah, that's boy, nobody's got that down pretty good.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing, eh?
Yeah, all right, now we'll do this one. Let's move this over. Move you guys over anyway.
That's cheating.
Yeah.
It saves you going back.
You wouldn't want to be playing poker with a guy who has AI cards.
Yeah, that's for
Can change everything to an ace of spades.
yeah, for sure.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
All right, so now let's go to the eye and see. Whoop. Guess I slipped my mind.
It's such a tough balance because you want all the detail in the white wings, but you want to be able to see that black eye and his black feathered head.
Yeah.
And
Oh, you know what? Excuse me, I picked the wrong layer here. Let me cancel that. So we got to go back to
Wow.
layer here and filter camera raw. There we go. All right, so let's zoom in here and see if there. Okay.
you can see where the eye is, but it is very faint.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess we'll just crank this up and see if we can find it. Oh, there you go. Okay. So I think what I want to do is
Layer around the head.
selective masking. I'm going to use a brush and just auto mask and just do the black.
Mhm.
Our density's all the way up. Okay, so now we can kind of open this up and see what's going on. So we're gonna start with shadows a little bit. You don't want to get too much or it gets real milky. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. We might be able to bring it up a little bit. Sometimes texture and clarity will work a little. Yeah, the clarity is going to darken it up a little bit. So maybe you can go back and let's see if black's going to get it a little too much. Try a little more. And maybe even a little white in there.
Mm.
Maybe give a little bit. Okay. And then I would probably go again for the eye. So let's go plus, get a brush, get a little bitty one. He's got red eye.
That's the eye, Sandy?
Yeah, I would have
I
thought,
thought the eyes
I would have thought it
down
was,
here.
yeah,
Other-
it looks like,
Yeah, they've got a slight catch.
yeah. Yeah, this is the tough one because it's really dark. You're gonna end up with yeah, with it getting kind of ghosted and
Yeah.
yeah.
Looks to me like the eye is straight down below that next to the white.
Yes,
what I
Don,
would've
I
thought.
agree.
That's
Because
what
you
I
can
would've
see
thought
two
too.
little bulbs.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you guys are right. That's the eye bit
Yeah.
there,
You can see
Sandy.
it on the other side against the green. It's a bump.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, so
Right, Don.
yeah, so we're not getting any eye. Or we are, it's not much.
That is good. I would've thought-
It's got 3 eyes.
Usually-
Mhm. Cyclops bird.
Yeah, I guess that is it.
Yeah.
This- So we'll just go and make this a little bigger. There we go. No, I don't want it off. There we go. There we go. Nah, just hold down your Alt or Option key and you can knock that out.
I'd be tempted to take these white blotches out there because it's,
Yeah,
Yeah.
some reason I'm getting some kind of motion thing going on here. All right, let's must be a hotkey I have somewhere that's doing that. But yeah, you can go to your Band-Aid tool here and just,
Yeah.
There we go.
all right.
Yeah. Wow, look at that.
Would you just intensify the reds that are there or not, leave them natural?
I think I'd leave it natural, but you may wanna, I don't know, do a very subtle vignette or just selectively darken areas in the background. Now that I'm looking at it. And also, I don't know if there's any detail in the whites. I don't know why I'm getting this. See, what did I hit? Control click before? I did something that, no. Hopefully we'll get rid of that. Looks like it keeps moving the whole thing. All right, let's get up here. We'll go back in here. There's a couple ways you can do it. We can go back to camera raw, or we can, you know what, let's do it the old fashioned way. We're just gonna add another layer here. Or and use curves. So I'm just gonna move this up so it gets everything.
Mm.
This layer, okay. So now it's getting everything. And you see, it's gonna intensify
Uh,
and saturate it. If you don't want that, you can change the blending mode from normal to luminosity, and it won't do that as much. You can see between luminosity and
oh,
normal. But yeah, let's leave it at luminosity. And actually, I don't mind that so much. So let's do one more. And this one, we're just gonna bring the shadows down a little bit.
mm.
I'd be kind of tempted to tone the green down a wee bit. It's pretty
That's
strong.
what I was thinking.
Mhm.
Blur a little, Alan.
Just the green is too vibrant. It's,
Oh,
Still a little too strong. Let's take this back a little bit. And I guess we could see if there's this little hand tool that you can get a specific area. But I would probably take this whole
wow.
thing down.
oh, I didn't know that. That's really cool.
It's just, I'm just gonna eliminate that one and pull this whole thing down so it's a little smoother. There we go. Okay. So you do have some detail in there. So it's almost like a linear curve. I'm bumping the center up just a little bit to brighten it. So
Alan, were you suggesting like a Gaussian blur in the background or just?
That's what I was thinking, Daryl.
Vibrancy in the color?
I think the color's really overpowering for me anyway.
yeah, so here's our before, here's our after.
No, a lot. Whereas
Yeah.
definitely got detail in the wings,
Mhm.
a little more in the eye area than.
Yeah, so if we go back up to here, we can add a hue saturation layer. And in here, what we can do, let's just move this over a little bit so we can see what we're doing. We can go to the greens, take them down a little bit. Sometimes the yellows work more on the grass than the greens do. Yeah. That looks a little more natural, huh? Okay. And then maybe the reds just a hair.
Mhm.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Incredible.
So if you want to see the difference, yeah, we go from candy color to more natural. Okay.
Daryl, you really got something here, this moment. Amazing you had your camera up.
I'll save that for you so you can kind of go through.
And I recorded everything on this.
Oh.
I know you do it. And
Oh, okay.
I just zoomed in so I can see where your mouse is going and everything.
Oh, good.
I always do that.
Well,
on
good
there.
for you. How's that working for you?
I like it.
Pretty stable? Yeah, good, good. I wonder how it works for, it probably work for time lapse too, when you're doing the night mode. Yeah, probably work out really well. Excellent. All right. I'm gonna quit this and see if it's, no, my whole background's moving. I'm gonna have to figure out what the heck is going on here. Hmm. No idea what's doing that.
What's the last one, Sandy, on Daryl?
Well, there was only 4 images and the.
That, yeah, that is the last one. So I think
Oh.
that,
The 3 were
Yeah.
all half-second exposures that I just kind of wanted people's opinion because I wanted that blurred water effect
Yeah.
to see if I could get a bird to sit still long enough to do and include it though. I did have a rear curtain sync flash going off, but it's too far away in the bright
Yeah, it's
light
still
and
good.
everything to do anything. I mean, that. In order to shoot that slow, I think I'm at f/40 ISO 64 or 32. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
specific because it's actually relatively bright out. And I know this day and age in Photoshop, you can create that blur that way too.
Okay, so let's, so I think that one and this one are your best bet for now.
Mhm.
Okay. Then. All right. Why don't we go up to Alan, so I don't forget you. And then we'll go right down the line.
Ooh,
Oh, what's this?
So I asked this guy what his shoe size was. So yeah, so this is obviously the bald eagle's talons, and it was a pretty good image the way it was ordinarily, but I took
Yeah.
it into the topaz and put this expressionism on it,
Yeah.
and it turned the talons into steel.
Mhm.
So it was I just like the overall effect of what this topaz
Very cool. Very cool.
Its talons are just enormous.
Mhm.
Just it just exhibits power, I think. So yeah.
A lot of
if
fun.
you're caught in them, you're done.
You're done.
Mhm.
so
It's
Alan,
fun to look at.
is
Yeah.
this just a preset in Topaz or Did you-
Yes, it's called expressionism.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is at 100%, and I applied it to the whole thing. I tried a couple of different variations of just highlighting the talons alone, and it wasn't too bad, but I just like the overall effect that it does for the image.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of fun.
The only
Yeah.
thing I would do, just nitpicky fine tuning, that one white, very hot stick, I burned down a little.
Yeah.
That one,
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Good call.
but otherwise it's cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, get my cursor back here. There we go. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, it's yeah, I just love what it did to these talons. I mean, they look like steel. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna try something now, doing full screen, so we get a little less distraction on things.
mhm.
Okay, and I'll just use my arrow key. Nope, it's not gonna let me go to the next one. Well, hang on, let's see. Yep, there we go. Okay.
Mm.
So this is the guy that the talons belong to. So yeah, so
Yeah,
we're lucky to have bald eagles and ospreys.
We put something in imaginable in between.
Yeah.
Now I did have a look at. I thought this leaf on the leaves on the right hand side were a little distracting, so I did look at cropping it in a little bit more. But you know, I came back to this, and I think it adds a little bit of depth to the.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Mhm.
I don't mind them being blurred either. It's
Yeah.
because the bird is so clear.
Yeah, he's pretty sharp.
Yeah, definitely. Nice.
So what's your lens on that, Alan?
That's my 150 to 600 Sigma lens.
So it goes on. So this is obviously at a 600.
600 millimeter, yeah. And it's in a full frame, so it's not extended, but it's obviously zoomed in a little bit. So
Very nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, very cool.
yeah. Try and pull in a little more highlight detail by lowering your highlights in the raw.
I worked on it a little bit, but yeah, I think I tended to get a little bit more focused on his eye, so
No, for sure.
I missed that a little bit.
Yeah, I just am having a little competition between this
Yeah.
area and that. Yeah.
Yeah.
This beak is perfect though.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe just overall pull this down.
Pull that back down a wee bit, okay.
Yeah, yeah, I think that would help out. Good.
Good, thanks.
Good one.
Thank you. And you might remember this one, Sandy.
Yeah.
This is the second time I photographed this frog, and it was one of the last days that I was down in Green Valley, but I just love the texture and the color and the reflection and the whole works. So this is why it's here.
Mhm.
Yeah, very
Good.
nice.
Surface tension in the water around us.
Mhm.
Yeah. Did you try denoise in Lightroom?
I probably did. Yeah, I think I've done that on this. I think maybe
See a
not.
little noise through here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity. Let's do something here.
Okay.
All right, so. I guess we can try it in Photoshop first. So. Back to camera on. Should be under detail. Oh, since it's a JPEG, it's not gonna let you do it. It only work in the RAW, but
Right.
um, it will work in. Just hide this. Let me hide. There we go. Okay, let's try this in the denoise that Topaz has. I don't know if you guys have Photo AI, but for the ones that do,
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay. The newest one is changed a little bit. So, yeah, I think so.
That's radical though.
Yeah, that might be a little bit too much. So you can click on this and take it down if you want. I'd move this over so you can see
Yeah.
and maybe cut it down a bit. Till you start seeing the noise again and then crank it up if you need to. Yeah, I'm seeing some artifacts here and here, so. Yeah, we're almost back to where we were. Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
Now, could you add some, is it grain to that to try and maintain a kind of a textured surface, or as opposed to the noise?
Yeah, you could. Let's go back and open this one up in Photoshop. Nope, that's not right. Oh, you must have. You did that.
That's it below it, the one
You
below.
see it here, maybe it's on my desktop.
Oh, it's there.
Did you? Yeah, that was the original though.
No, it's
yeah.
the one below, just below.
Is this it? No.
No, the next,
one,
that
that
one.
Yeah, that's the original though. I'm looking for the
Oh,
one.
okay.
Yeah, let me just go to desktop and see if maybe it ended up there. Nope, didn't. I guess I needed to pay attention to where it went.
This is,
Let's
it's always a challenge.
just go back here and see. Yeah, we'll just go back. Good. Explore it. Let's see where it's gonna go this time. Same too. Oh, it went to downloads. Okay. Supposed to go back to the same. All right.
Wait, put them on your desktop?
No, I went to downloads. That's fine. Yeah, I know where to find it now. There should be two of them there. Okay, so it's right here. There we go. Yeah, so there it is.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you did want to add a little grain to it, you could do that. And you could do it selectively if you want. Rather than doing it in here, if you go to camera raw.
Would grain be the right feature to add?
Yeah, it might. Let's see.
Texture.
That's on the bottom here. So let's just get a look and see what it does. So that's grain overall. It's a lot more subtle.
Mm-hmm.
So somewhere like right in here. Now, if you don't want grain in the background, then what we would do is just zero that out. And just pin in where we want it. So maybe just in this area here. Maybe a little down here.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we would Look to see if it's just still in the same place. Yeah, there it is. See, now if you add the grain, it's just in that area.
Yeah. So is grain the right one, Sandy, or is it?
I would just give it
texture?
a hint of grain, or you could just, before you do that, yeah, you could just try texture and see how that works. Well, that's gonna sharpen it up. Yeah,
I did sharpen it up.
yeah, I think texture might help a bit. You can play with
It's
clarity.
looking like a shark right now.
Yeah, it really does. I was noticing that.
Dun,
You
dun,
know, that,
dun, dun,
yeah,
dun, dun.
that little
Dum, dum,
clarity, I
dum,
think
dum,
you have
dum.
enough, maybe just a teeny bit of grain.
All right.
Like,
Yeah.
between the reflection, yeah, that just makes it, what's it caused from?
Mhm. Yeah, so
Good.
there you go.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
yep.
Mhm.
All right, so let's get back to you guys. Okay. So let's go back to full screen here. All right.
Alan, that frog was in Canoa Ranch?
The frog was in Canoa Ranch. It might not be there anymore because I think somebody put a photo of one of the birds having it for dinner. So
Yeah. Did you watch the last session, Daryl's picture that the bird caught the frog?
well, there you go. That was the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah. You saw that picture.
I think I remember seeing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
It
could
was
already-
from the last session.
Yeah.
So this
I
is down
think,
at
Yeah, I think, Alan, you were there, I met you there after that, so there must be more than one in there.
oh, I'm sure there's more than one.
Probably a whole bunch. Okay,
So this is at Tumakakori. And I just really love this image. It's just all the undulations in the wall here and the sky and the color of the wall as well. So
Yeah, it's a neat place. Ooh,
look at that.
there's your supermodel, Alan.
so this is an AI image,
Oh,
completely done in AI. I just asked for smooth water, long exposure, uh, deck, a kind of deck going out into the ocean, and it came up with that, and it did a nice job of it. And then I was looking at something else. So I had my granddaughter's image, like the one you see there, and I transported her into there, and I thought it worked out pretty good. So
mhm,
Yeah. That nice.
mhm.
so it's a kind of AI composite, I guess.
Mhm. Now, did you pose and shoot her for this image, or was?
No, I didn't. I've got hundreds of photos.
Yes, Grandpa, I'll bet you do.
But yeah.
Yeah, so you found one that worked out nicely. Good, excellent.
I think the light for some reason works as well. So I just got
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, that worked out.
so it was just a sentence and up it comes.
Yeah, yeah,
Unbelievable.
pretty amazing.
What's the name of the program?
Well, this is in Photoshop.
Yeah, I've got a little video I can show you guys. Actually, I had it queued up. That's the end of yours for today, isn't it? Yeah.
It is, yeah. That's
Yeah.
the end.
Oh, I kind of cut you short on Tumakakari. You guys have any comments on that, or?
It's nice.
No, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I like the warm and cool going on there.
Mhm.
It's just it's a fabulous shapes and that structure, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
And the shadows, right? So,
Yeah.
It's a neat place.
okay, let me find that. Yeah, so.
So Photoshop Beta just got a big update. And in fact, it just got another update yesterday. or you download the latest version. And we're going to be looking at Firefly Model 3, but specifically inside of a new feature called Generative Image. Generative Image is essentially bringing Firefly into Photoshop with a lot of different options that we can stylistically and other ways with reference images. We can do a lot of things for our images. Let's check it out. Firefly Model 3 is now inside of Photoshop Beta. Now, there's another new feature too, and that's the Generate Image. So you have to start with a document, otherwise this is not going to appear. But then you can either choose Generate Image from the bar here, or you can go down to the bottom of the toolbox and hit it, and you're going to get this window. And we're going to explore this today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a prompt in. And we're going to do bewildered happy cat curled up in front of lots of vintage. Well, you can read it. And we're going to just choose photo. We're going to look at all these other options in a second, but right now we're just going to do that, and we're going to choose generate. And right now, this is going to generate just like generative fill. However, generate image does a better job than generate fill at the moment. Here we go. Here's a few options there. So we've got 3 different options. Let me show you. So if I make a selection right now, and then I choose generate fill, you obviously have to do a selection, so I can put a prompt in. I'm going to put exactly the same prompt in and choose generate. And we'll see we've got 3 options here. And if you look at the eyes, it's just kind of like a little bit weird. The wires are not quite there. So this is using generative fill. And these are the generate image. As you can see, it's just better quality right now. So another big difference between generate fill and generate image. When I'm on generate image, if you look, I have the ability to use a reference image, which we covered more last week, but also I can access these different styles. So if I want to change it to something like art, I could do that and then hit generate. And now we get something completely different. Now, if I look at the layer where I did generate fill, notice I have the ability to add a reference image, but I do not have the ability to use any of these styles. All right, so let's go back and look at some of the possibilities. So if you click this button here, we get the content type where we can do effects. You'll see all these different types of effects and things are available, as well as the ability to add a reference image. But we also have a gallery here with some images that we can access as well. Now, let me just show you something. If I'm to generate a new image, and I'll put the same prompt in, we have the same options here. If we choose effects, here they are. And if we choose a reference image, we have the ability to use the reference images. But why don't we start with this one here? We'll make it a photo, and we're going to generate. And notice it picks up the style of that particular image. Now, we can access these options either from the properties panel, or we can access it here on the taskbar. Now, these options are exactly the same options as we had when we generated. Now, notice it's using the reference image. In fact, if we click, we can see there's that reference image there. And we can go through this gallery. We could choose different ones. But let me replace this image right now. What happens if we mix a bird and a cat? Let's find out. So you can see the style or the structure stay with the cat. So the text is overriding it, but it's taking that style from there. Now, if I was to look at a different cat, we're going to get a different result. Let's grab this cat here and generate. And if you look, now we have a very similar cat, if not the same cat. Now notice the cat in the reference was standing, but this one is sitting. But if we look at the prompt, it says bewildered happy cat curled up on a wooden disc. So if I take away the curled up, so notice the words in the prompt are overriding the reference image. So let's hit generate now. Notice now it starts to take more of the pose from the reference image. It still has that bewildered look. Let's just say cat, and we'll take away bewildered happy on here and just do cat, hit generate. And now look at this. It's starting to take on the expression now, at least this one, is starting to take on the expression from the reference image. Interesting. Okay, there's so much more we can do with this though. So watch this. If we go back to the styles, and this time we're going to choose art, let's choose techniques, and we're going to choose a painting style, and we're going to generate. And notice now it starts to look like a painting, but still using that prompt. Okay,
Wow.
it can get crazier. Watch this. When we hit this reference image, this time we're going to use something completely random. This time we're going to use one of my pencil sketches. Click open, and we're going to let it generate. All right, it's taking that effect, but why is this colored? That's because we've still got the styles in here. So if we go to the acrylic paint and we just choose clear all, close it out, and then generate again, now it should take his style completely from that drawing. And look at that.
Unbelievable.
Let's change this reference image to something else, replace image. So let's grab another one of my sketches where we're doing a combination of pencil and ink. And then click open, and let's generate. And look at this. Now we kind of have that mix. Okay, so why don't we get rid of the reference? And we're going to choose the style. And this time, let's go with a movement. Let's go for steampunk. And we're going to choose photo. And now we're going to generate. So it's using the text prompt with no reference image. And it's got the steampunk style. And here we go. Now, obviously, the biggest difference is if you look at the gauges and stuff behind it, it's more of a kind of a steampunky, like some of these ones particular. But let's click in here and let's go for an art style. And look at this. We got some interesting ones here. Let's change the style, the movement. Instead of steampunk, let's do a cyberpunk. See, that's kind of cool. But let's go for a realistic style. So we're going to go from art to photo. And why don't we give it hyperrealism and let's generate. I really like that one. Let's see what else we can do with the effects though. Let's give it a fisheye effect. Look at that, how fun. Let's go back to this one. We're going to clear these out and let's give it a comic book look. And we're going to go for art and generate. And here we have a comic book effect. And by the way, there's a new update to the beta just happened yesterday. So make sure you update it to the newest version because this is certainly working a lot better than it did 2 days ago. So as you can see, this is really fun and you could just keep experimenting all day long. I'm curious, let me know in the comments underneath what you think of this feature. Now, obviously, no, generate image is not a feature specifically for photographers. But having said that, you could use it for creating mood boards. You could use it for creating lighting references and inspiration, you know, for setting up your shoot. So it definitely has that practical use, but it definitely is more for the graphic designer and digital artist. And if you're new here to the cafe, welcome. Hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications.
Okay. So.
Amazing.
Interesting.
A lot more going on. I guess once you get a handle on it, you can do quite a bit more than the old Topaz Studio 2, but
Yeah, it
or
seems like
the
you could
filters
spend
in
all day.
Photoshop for painting and so on.
All day.
I mean, if you used a reference photo of a famous artist you wanted to emulate and did a text prompt to it, you could get the feeling, and then you can use that for a background and composite other things into it, whatever you want to do. It's kind of a deep rabbit hole. So
Bottomless rabbit hole.
yes.
But
So
in other words, you could take your own photographs though as the model and then kind of manipulate them from there.
yeah, and if you sketch or do other things, you can use that as a reference for the style too. It's
Right.
amazing. I'll include that in the replay so you can watch it again if you want to,
Yeah, that would be good.
outside of this.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that newest update came I think on Monday. So if you haven't updated Photoshop beta, you need to
Photoshop
do that.
beta.
And it's in beta. So if you go to your Creative Cloud app and make sure you add Photoshop Beta to your applications. Download it and update it. Well, it might now, if you download it, probably be the latest update anyway, but if you don't have it, add it. Okay. Well, good. Let's see now. Let's go to Dave Bouchard.
I've got a photo of this guy, Dave.
Do you have one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, back in the Wild West in Tombstone. Here's one of the street characters. I call him the Western Charmer. You walk by him and he engages you with some old tales and snippets of history of Tombstone. And he's engaging and a lot of fun. And so I got this nice portrait of him. And the outer panels is a motif that I've been working with interchangeable subjects in the center. This is a tattered curtain, and it kind of gives you the Western flavor, the old-timey flavor, and it has some nice design work. So another photo that I composed with the outer motif is I have a blue gold bucket. And so, you know, I'm experimenting with interchangeable center subjects. Anyways, here's a man that keeps the old town alive. In Tombstone, the town too tough to die.
Interesting.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's my pictures this week will have some street photos, some Tombstone stuff.
Mhm.
This is the sepia tonality to give you that flavor.
Curiosity. Did you try your outer panels both ways?
Oh, yes, I
Yeah.
always do, Sandy. I flip, rotate, sometimes stretch,
Yeah, I kind of
cut,
like this.
crop.
Yeah,
Hmm?
I kind of like this choice. You know, generally I will try and go the other way, but this
Yeah.
works well because it looks like a marquee.
Yeah. And it frames it with the bars that come down.
Or yeah, or the doors in the bar, you know, in the saloon.
Yeah.
That fold
That's a
out.
good
Yeah,
one, Dave.
That's
Thank
great.
you.
Nice, that's a keeper for sure.
And it's rendered in the graphic novel, so it tightens up some of the lines,
Yeah, yeah,
improves it a little bit.
yeah. Yeah, Daryl was mentioning something going on here. Not quite sure what that is.
There's a girl there. He had a crowd all around him,
Oh, I
lots of
see.
people.
Yeah, I was
That's a
wondering.
child that was standing there walking through. He's right on the street.
I got you. Oops.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Sandy, the center panel had a vignette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, folks, a saloon madam on a smoke break. Double portrait. I created the center panel as a transition. I picked up something that had polka dots that were also on her dress. So that's how I created this. It's rendered and it kind of picks up some of her hair, the lines, and you can even see some smoke.
Yeah. Really good. I like it.
Yeah.
Thank
you're
you.
coming along. These are really nice.
Thank you, Sandy. Yeah, you know, I'm working on themes. And I always do these double portraits of people. I think it's fun to see it twice
Mhm.
or even 3 times, you know?
Yeah. For
The
sure.
nice light in that one too, as it comes back in from, you
Yeah.
know, it's shadowed on the right. And
I really like this one, Dave. It's very good.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Yeah. I've been working a lot. I've made Sandy in this class. I've made so many pictures,
Yeah,
you know, 5 every 2 weeks. It's a good production schedule.
definitely.
Okay. Here is an actor in the Tombstone Frontier Village. It's a comedy, Western comedy. It's so much fun. And I got these 2 pictures and I noticed he's holding a note. I can't quite remember what was on the note, but I called it Note to Self. and I arranged it and composed it that he's looking at himself and he's holding that note. So just a double portrait. This show is so much fun. If you guys go to Tombstone, you got to see the shows, the shootouts.
Mhm. Nice.
And this graphic novel filter that I'm using really gets in there and carves out the hair and the textures, and then I dial it back, because when the first rendering is way too much. So I dial it back a little bit to a little closer to the original photograph.
Yeah.
But this is a double composite.
Does it have the ability to do any cloning or removal or anything? Or under images? Because I would probably it's a little piece out.
Oh yeah, Sandy. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, if you can
It
do
probably
that.
does. I'm just exploring it. I don't know how to use it all. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good
This
point.
is
That
stuff you can always
that
do
looks like his
later.
hat curled up and the light hit it.
Yeah, yeah. for
Yeah.
sure.
Take
Yeah.
it out entirely, huh?
Or darken it down. Yeah, so it just doesn't pull you out there.
Yeah, good point. Okay. Admittedly a strange street photo. This, I could almost accuse myself of being a bad street photographer here, because what the problem I'm having is I do not have a viewfinder in my camera. It's just a screen. And when you're walking around in Tombstone, it is so bright. I have to stop the exposures down 3 points at least because it's so bright. But I can't see what I'm shooting. I really can't. And what I got here, what you're looking at is basically two headless people. One is making a phone call on her cell phone, and the other is just looking in to the street. They're on the boardwalk. The center subject is a kind of a hypnotic conglomerate of a wagon wheel bench. Now, the interesting thing when I composed this, and I tried all different ways, is you'll notice when you look in, there's wanted posters. So there's a whole bunch of heads in there, but the two people walking are headless. So I don't know what it means. I don't know what exactly the intent is other than mystery or curiosity or just pure visual creation, but there are wanted posters back there. Maybe they found their heads there. I don't know.
Well, Daryl mentioned that you get the shadows of their heads coming in.
Right. That is a shadow of a person walking into the scene that was out of the scene. So yes, Daryl, those are heads.
Yeah, it works really well.
It works.
It's what makes the headless people work is that row of heads above the wheels.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. All the other heads.
And those shadows of their silhouettes. Yeah. Nice.
And the centerpiece is flipped out, Sandy. It's a kaleidoscope. So,
right.
There's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cuts here. 6 cuts.
The other thing I find interesting too is you have the light coming from the left and the right, and it focuses right dead center. I mean, the light just goes right into the center of the image.
Right. It is on both sides.
Yeah.
How are you putting them together, Dave?
Well, I'll pull up the photo, crop it, and I do this on Publisher. I cut and crop, and then I combine, and I flip them around back and forth till I think it's becoming something, and cut and crop and cut and crop. And then I'll group them all together and send them up to be funky and get them rendered. This is probably the graphic novel filter.
And then in that one program, you can stitch them all together, or?
Yeah, you just put them together digitally, then you group it, and then they become one image.
Right.
Interesting. So you do all your cropping and compositing before you do your style effect.
Right. I get the whole, this probably, it looks to me like it was a color photo, and then I rendered it out. Yeah, I composed everything with the original photos and then pick a style like you were showing in that movie.
Yeah, interesting,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. All right, the Wild West skeletons. These I've shown one of these before from a different season. The skeletons had a flower hat on. So anyways, these skeletons are riding high on a stagecoach. And when I put this together, I noticed that the skeleton here with the straw hat has a microphone rig, like kind of like this that I have. And then I realized they're depicting the real guys out on Allen Street riding high on the stagecoaches, drawing the tourists through the town, narrating stories.
Mhm.
Now here, Alan and Sandy, last week or a couple of sessions ago, you wanted me to merge my Laguna Beach picture, and I did it here. I took your suggestion. I learned how to do it. The straw hat skeleton, I removed the background, moved him in front, head and shoulder. I call this head and shoulders.
Yeah.
Moved this skeleton in front of the laughing skeleton. So I learned what you guys suggested.
Good. I like that.
I removed the background and converged and merged it into the other page. You can see down here the shoulders, one's in front of the other.
Mhm.
Then I took the eyedropper and took the sky color and redropped it on both of them. And it
Good.
combined beautifully, I think.
Very nice. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
this
and
is,
I moved
this
the
is using
shapes.
Publisher? This is using Publisher as well?
Yes, I create everything just on a basic Microsoft program, Publisher. I don't have Photoshop.
Yeah.
I know Sandy wants me to get it, but I'm just not that far along. But I'm learning a lot from what you suggest. All you guys suggest, oh, move this in, fix that, do that. And then, so I was able to combine two pictures, moving one into the other, and then reintroduce the atmosphere, the blue.
I think you would find all this a lot easier in Photoshop than these other programs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jim Bowman, do you use Publisher? Are you familiar with it at all?
A little bit, yeah.
Do you know if
Uh,
there's a clone or a blemish tool or something in there that he could use to clean things up?
Well, it's been a long time since I've used it. I don't know what is available now, but
Yeah, all right,
I
Yeah.
am familiar with the program.
okay, good enough.
Mhm.
Well, if you happen to get across the program again, see if it's got some kind of remove or clone tool that Dave could figure out
What-
how to use. Or
what
maybe
would you-
Mavis, maybe your wife can figure it out.
Oh, she knows that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask
Sandy,
her-
what would you remove or change?
Well, we were back on this guy. Remember, we were gonna.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
We
see,
might be able to
it's,
paint that out
Yeah, either
with a
paint it out
paintbrush.
or turn it down or do something. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then make it transparent, so it's the same color bill. So it looks like it's right there, and it doesn't show up.
Okay. So
And-
you're familiar with the program as well, a little bit.
That last one that we looked at with the two skeletons, there was a little kind of thing on the side.
Yeah, there's a little bit right here too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
And maybe you might want to tone or knock that out. You know, you
Yeah.
get very selective with it.
I did a lot of cropping over here. There was a lot more
It's
white
really good.
spots.
It's really good, Dave. It really is.
Thanks, you guys. So one more announcement, Sandy.
Yeah, dude.
When we opened the program, Jim Bowman asked if anyone's shot anything famous. And I'm up here in Calaveras County. In a couple days from now, I'm going to the famous Calaveras County Fair Frog Jumping Jubilee, talking about frogs. So I'm going to be shooting Jim some famous frog jumping. It's really a fun contest. I can't
Wow.
wait. The
Yeah,
current
Look
current
forward to
world.
that.
Yeah, I hope to get
Never
some good
thought of
pictures. I
that.
can't promise if I might get headless people.
Well, here's a suggestion. Take a piece of stiff board or cardboard or stiff paper and make a little hood around your screen to tone it down, you know, get the sun off of it so you can see better.
Yeah. Oh, really,
I'm
Sandy?
talking about, you know, something
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
try that. That may help you out, at least get it bright enough so you can see
Yeah.
where you're
Right.
pointing.
Right. So
Getting back
guys,
to
the
compositions, this is obviously a very different style than the rest of these.
oh
Uh,
yeah.
Yeah, I like them both, so, I'd say, you know, continue whichever one you are happy with.
Yeah.
And do your additions accordingly. I don't mind you mixing and matching when you come here, obviously, because
Yeah.
you're not creating a body, of
exploring
work,
a
but just to be aware of it, you know, you've got this new body, you could create a new body of work doing this and continue doing this as well. I think you've got two directions here you could go.
yeah, I do have a lot of different things I'm exploring. But
But
just one more second.
Yeah,
So on the frog jumping, everybody, the world record is 21 feet some odd inches. So
Wow.
if you a frog jumps 21 feet, come on, but you are allowed 3 leaps.
oh,
If anybody beats that record, they get $20,000. How about
Whoa.
that? And they get to sit in the frog jumping throne. And, you know, so I
gotta get
hope
a
I can
picture of
bring home
that.
some good pictures
Wow.
to show you.
Yeah.
All
For
of us
sure.
are bringing in frog pictures, right?
That should be fun, especially.
Okay,
for
thank you,
the-
everybody.
Thank you, and,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
also there's a demolition derby. I can't wait.
Oh, goodness, you're
Yeah.
gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, sounds like he's in a fun place.
Hmm.
Hey, Dave Erickson, you were on vacation. Ooh,
Oh,
where'd you go?
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, nice.
that's great. Love it.
Yeah, let's
Right
get
up
this,
in the balcony of the condo I was in.
really,
Yeah,
wow.
I used a 600 millimeter lens.
Oh.
Close to-
That's beautiful, Dave.
Yeah, that is amazing. Yeah, it kind of brings
Oh,
back
that's
memories
good.
when I was a kid and they used to have these in Florida and they put them on your
Yeah.
shoulders and on your head. And so, yeah. That's amazing.
Nice place.
Nice.
I'm gonna go grab a bowl of Fruit Loops.
Called a futu, grapefruit. It's an expert in camouflage. It sits on the end of this log and waits for something to come by that it wants to eat, I guess.
Hmm.
Or it rests there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
that's why maybe just come down a little, yeah, and just get right into there and then this could go or stay, your option, but yeah, yeah. That might be something to do. Okay. Ah,
Whoa.
Good one.
Plenty of those around.
And night of the iguana.
Blue green color.
yeah. Nice. Maybe just a little more in the eye. Yeah, just a little bit, yeah.
Lighten it or brighten it, saturate
Yeah,
it.
well, brighten it up a little bit and, you know, you can probably play around with maybe a little,
I did a little bit, but probably-
clarity and, yeah, maybe just a hair more. Yeah, Toucan too, they're kind of almost like coolists.
Yeah.
Their eyes, yeah. That's wonderful. So was he eating that fruit?
We can,
Some kind of toucan?
Chestnut mandible. Toucan.
Oh, okay,
There's like 6 different toucans.
yeah. Interesting.
So is that what he?
That's cool.
Mango-
see.
cantaloupe or
trying to
whatever?
see where his other leg is. Is that
But since they
Right, got it up.
Probably.
Yeah,
just on the one leg?
Yeah.
Supposed to eat nuts or something.
yeah. I have a funny story. When I first started out in digital, I was working for this pre-press shop. And it was 2 brothers in it, so they had both their names ended in K, so they called it 2 Ks. And their logo had a toucan on it, and then they got a real toucan. And one night it was sleeping and the beak was so heavy it fell and broke its neck.
Oh, no.
What?
Yeah, poor thing
Okay.
broke its neck. No, while it was sleeping, it didn't quite balance right on the perch before it went to sleep and it was
Wow.
sad, very sad. Ah,
Oh, cool.
so you had some fun with them.
Another toucan, but I put this one in topaz and put a filter on it just for fun.
Yeah,
Put it
That's great.
in glass or something.
yeah, nice.
Which topaz one is this?
What was that?
Do you know which preset this is?
Topaz, yeah.
Is it, do you remember the name of the preset?
Yeah, it's hard to pronounce it. Calbarian.
Calbarian,
14.
Calbarian
That's
14,
cool.
Alan. Okay,
That's super cool.
come up with some very strange names for those presets sometime. Is that it for you? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, nice.
Nice picks.
Yeah. Very cool. We're on the denoise thing. Let's just go through this real quick. I was just kind of testing out the denoise in different programs. So this is the raw. You can see there's quite a bit of noise going through. So you can see it pretty easily in the background. And this is the enhanced denoise that you can do within Camera Raw or Lightroom.
Yeah.
Okay. And then this next one is the difference between the one in Lightroom and the one in Topaz AI. I think it's about a toss-up. It looks like the eye's a little stronger here than here, but and you're getting a little more texture in the feathers. I think the amount of grain reduction is about the same if you look back here. But if you don't have it already and you've got Lightroom or Photoshop, I don't know if it's that much of a leap to, justify buying it at this point. I already have it, so it didn't
Yeah.
really matter, but yeah, I think if you have Sharpen or some of their other older programs, they gave you an upgrade for very cheap a while back. I don't know if they still do, but that's how I ended up with it. But if they come to a subscription or renewal, I'll probably pass on it because I think Adobe's keeping up with them pretty well.
Use some of that, because some of the pictures I took in the jungle were like ISO at 12,800.
Yeah, well, you can see this ISO is 6,400. Yeah, yeah. This was over at Canoa Ranch, just about dusk, and in the area north of the pond. He was kind of right back where the little creek goes through, and it was pretty dark back there. We still managed to get a decent shot. So just some FYI there. Okay. John, you sent these in, and I think a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I did.
He couldn't get in, so. Let's
These were shot at Grand Lake St. Mary's, just about 5 miles from where we live. This is there's about 5 or 6 eagle nests there, and this was the only one that I could see that had chicks in it.
nice. So I wonder how long it takes to build a nest like that.
Huge nest.
Yeah. Well, we keep
Well,
going
I-
back
I-
to it.
I'm guessing they return to them like this.
Yeah.
Cooper Hawks.
Yeah, they come back every year.
Yeah, we got the Cooper Hawks back in theirs right
Yeah.
now, actually.
There's actually 3 of them in that particular nest, but the one's laying down. I don't know where the other one must be, down in the bottom further, but
Mhm.
I like the way they was both looking the same direction on this one.
Yeah,
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
They're out to about 300 yards, I guess, something like that.
I wonder if this is one of the other ones here.
It is.
Yeah,
That's one of the other chicks.
yeah, okay, the other one's probably sleeping somewhere else. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Or
Don,
behind him or under it.
Yeah,
Don, where are you? Where is this?
This is the Grand Lake St. Mary's. I'm standing along Highway 127, shooting across the Grand Lake at one point was the largest man-made lake in the United States. It was built to supply the Miami area canal.
Oh,
And this is the backwaters. There's, I don't know, like I say, there's that nest, and I think there's 3 other ones on that particular spot. There's 11 nesting eagles in the area now, they said.
wow.
Hmm.
So you just pulled off the highway. You saw
Yep,
this.
they got, in fact, they got a gravel spot because so many people pull off to
Uh-huh.
stand there and watch them and photograph them and stuff.
They returned to the same nest, you
Yeah,
said.
yeah. Then I had to take out, there was a lot of limbs and stuff in front, and I
Mhm.
took the limbs out.
if they wouldn't mind staying a few minutes later, because, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to run through this a little quicker. I didn't realize it's almost noon and they're gonna lock up here pretty soon.
Mm.
Let's-
Okay,
Yeah, let's hit the next one here and we'll keep going.
this is that one there standing up.
Yeah,
There's
that's
2 up
nice.
there now.
Oh, you got both of them. There's the other
Got
one.
both of them there.
Nice.
That's the same location.
Mhm. Very nice.
And then
Ah,
that's the lunar,
nice.
the eclipse we had.
Yeah,
Wow.
I took 5 shots and stacked them together.
nice job.
Oh,
Really,
Thank you.
really good done.
yeah.
Thank
Looks
you.
like an iris of an eye.
Yeah,
Doesn't it?
wife
Yeah,
says it's a sunflower, she thought.
right, yeah. Okay, we're good. We can
That's
see a
nice.
little extra.
I had a lot of people like it. I sold 3 of them.
Really? Congrats.
Yeah,
There you go.
Excellent. Well,
thank you.
congrats on your sale. You're doing better than me. I haven't sold anything so far. All right.
This is that Empire Ranch, just a storeroom there. I kind of forget what I done in topaz, added some, I think, a watercolor to it.
It's nice.
Just to bring out some of the colors and stuff in it better.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Real nice.
Yeah.
And that's at the Empire Ranch too. I've done this in Luminar and added the sun rays coming through
Ah, yeah.
as coming through the window. I forget what I used as far as it brought the texture out in the cracked paint better, and then I
Nice.
highlighted the colors in the cups.
Yeah, probably structure.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, structure does that. Yeah, nice.
Nice softness.
Yeah, I like the softness and the texture at
Yeah,
the same time.
Right.
Okay, well, thank you, Don.
Yeah, thank you.
All righty, let's get to Jim Bowman here.
Yeah, so trip to Italy, and this was at the Basilica San Francisco, but it was, I don't know if you guys have followed or remember from your high school or college, art classes, but Giotto, and he was about 1350, really interesting painting.
That's a Giotto right there?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's important.
Nice. Okay.
That is what do they call it when he's coming down off the cross, the de-escalation or something?
This one is called, just the crucifixion.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's move to the next one. Ooh, that looks like Tuscany.
Yeah. And actually taken from the car, just kind of blew by it and just got lucky.
Nice.
Nice shot.
Yeah,
Looks like a painting.
yeah. Nice.
And this is, of course, Rome.
Mhm.
on a rainy day.
Yeah, turned out the crowd a lot.
Yeah. And this, of course, this is Titus, the Titus, what is that? The Titus Arch.
Right.
It's
So
cool.
you're up the road a little bit, huh?
Amazing.
Yeah,
Looking down,
yeah, yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
It's neat.
Very nice. Very painterly looking.
Yeah, it could be a postcard.
Mhm. Now, normally I'd want a little more detail up here, but I think it works here the way it is. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Love it.
that's
Nice.
super cool. Venice.
Yeah, that's Venice, and a little bit of a painterly, but not overly done.
Mhm.
That's great.
Well, almost like
Nice.
you have three things going here. This foreground, the gondolas, and then the fading out up here. Nice. It's a nice
Really
shot.
good.
It's a great shot.
Hmm.
Okay, thank you. All right. We got Paula.
Yeah. Oh, there's the comment.
Oh, no, that was one of the rides.
Uh,
I saw lights and I just took it and put the color in it and added the comment.
Yeah. He's going, no, not the comments.
That's great.
Very nice.
Where was this?
Disney World.
I
Disney World
can't.
they have
in
a
Florida.
Dinosaur ride.
Oh, in Florida.
That was on the wall outside. And I just punched it up.
Oh, excellent.
Not in Jurassic Park.
And this is a shot of an older section of Dublin. And looking down, and I just like the motorcycle that was sitting there. So.
Mhm.
Where is this one?
In
Dublin.
Dublin.
Dublin. I
Oh,
was just gonna
Dublin.
say it looked like Scotland, so.
Very
And
nice.
this is just a
Yeah.
balloon cactus that I zoomed in close to. Dropped a little bit. I like it. Put
Mhm.
it on the white part and then a section.
It's very ethereal, and then you've almost got the little Batman logo in here.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. Nice.
And this is the Grand Canyon. We took this because I like the three section as you go full around the background.
Mhm.
Not sure it really works.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know, maybe getting rid of the top.
I thought about cutting this down.
Yeah, and then maybe bringing the highlights down a little bit and just a hint more color, but don't make it too candy color, but just a hint more in the reds and oranges. Yeah, that might work.
Oh, that's great.
One of the old sets that they got sitting off at the, one of the rides.
Yeah, the white vignette works really well on this one.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That worked out nicely. I like that one a lot.
I do too.
Yeah. Yep, I guess we're down to me. Let me go real quick. All right. Well, I
There's
had that
the
idea
skeleton.
last week to take care of this. Yeah, so I decided to do that, and then I thought, well, let's try in black and white. So I did that,
Yeah.
did a little vignette. I think I like that better.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Is
guys
that
like
the one in the garden
Or
area?
the arid garden, correct?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And that there's really houses right there, so you took them out.
houses and trees and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I like the black and white too. Good.
that's nice.
I might go sepia since, it's kind of got that Western look.
Uh-huh.
And then just walking around the barrio area on a Friday night, or no, Saturday night, there was a opening at Deco Gallery. I've got one image in a show there, and
Mm,
this is out back in the courtyard, and someone, I guess, had just emptied out a bunch of flowers from a vase or something and left them out there to dry. It's kind of
very
that was
nice.
a fun shot.
It's got rhythm.
Yeah. And then I started catching the shadows on the walls by the parking
Yeah.
lot. It's kind of nice. And this little guy growing in front of the palm tree was kind of interesting too.
Mhm.
And just a sculpture I saw, just kind of like the texture of it.
Mm.
I don't know, what do you guys think of the bottom? Should I cut that little arch out or?
I like that.
Yeah, I kind of like it too, but
Yeah.
Pam thought I should crop it more, but yeah, I think leaving it in helps.
Yeah.
Okay. And a fire plug. Just-
You need a dog in this one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I kind of like the shadow of the parking sign.
and the colors are really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And the red, it's supposed to be red, it's behind it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's kind of odd that it's not a red fire plug. Yeah, more of a kind of. And they must have just painted it or sandblasted it because it's got a real nice clean look to it. And
Yeah, it's neat.
get a lot of the incidental light from the sky in it. I think this is my favorite one from that shoot. And just one of the houses. Catching one of the little birds going by.
Light.
Super.
And the lights coming on in the porches and still getting a little glow from the sunset.
Yeah.
On one of the walls. Oops,
Love it.
kind of like what was going on back here with the warm and cool and all these different shapes and there's going on.
Love all that rustic stuff, you know.
Yeah, yeah. And originally it was looking at the reflection, but then I saw the base and moved around to where I could position it well with the reflections and
It's nice.
Make a great ad for the new windows.
yeah. Anderson, help. Yeah. Just the shapes from the sunset and the shadows from
The
across.
shadow.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. And then we were over at the college. And I always loved that courtyard. So, Pam was walking back. There was a show there, paintings and things. I think it might still be up. Worth going to. Some interesting stuff there. And then I shot this one basically as a background image. I think I'm gonna try and play around with generative fill with this one and see what I come up with.
Does the ground really dip like that?
Yeah, I think it's more like a
Warped?
yeah,
Drainage.
yeah, for drainage. Yeah, you can see the one drain coming down here. Yeah.
Mhm. Sandy, you're gonna put someone standing there?
I'm gonna do something. I'm not sure what I'm gonna put there yet.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be fun to try generative fill and see what happens. Yeah, the elephant in the room. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, and then, whoops, this last one's from Kanoa. I think, this was when I was with you, Alan.
Was that? Yeah.
Yeah, it was, he was shaking off before he got up in the air. and you
All
could-
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's great.
the character. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay,
Great photos.
all right.
Everybody's got great pictures.
Yeah, that's let me stop recording.